Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going back into the Amazon tool deals and checking out some of the items that I've found for this week. I'll have all of these items linked down in the description for you guys with their own independent link, and then I'll have two additional links labeled tools and tools continued. Those links are going to take you to a long list of tools that I've went over in the past or other tools that I suggest, and that's all there for you guys. But the tools we go over today will have their own dedicated link in the description. First up is the Gearwrench 22-piece set. This is a 12-point standard combination wrench set. It is long pattern. They're going to be not extra long, but a little bit longer than your standard length combination wrenches. This is the metric set, part number 81916. This has 4.8 stars at 2,592 ratings. I have this set, and it was a fantastic purchase. Now, I purchased this probably 6 or 7 years ago and got it for a fantastic price. I wouldn't suggest paying this price, $139, but I did still want to mention this set because we will be seeing it go on sale here soon. It was just on sale, but you do see this set go on sale pretty often. So you'll see this around the $120 price range, sometimes a little bit lower. That's when it's a good purchase. I found mine around $80. Now, do I think we're ever going to see that again? No. Probably not, at least not any time in the near future. I still think for that $100 to $125 price range, it's still a really good set. You're getting a good variety, good length, some decent quality. They're not going to be your highest quality wrenches, but they're going to be much better than your Amazon no-name brand or some of the lower end brands that you see on Amazon quite often. These are going to be great for DIYers, weekend warriors, or if you're getting into the professional field and you want a wide variety of wrenches until you figure out kind of which ones you're going to be using most, which ones you're really going to use and abuse. I think this is going to be a fantastic set for both. And I haven't had any issues with mine. I've had mine, like I said, 6-7 years, and I've used and abused them quite often. When it comes to a standard combination wrench set, that's my go-to set. I have many wrench sets, probably 15 to 20 different wrench sets. And when it comes to a non-ratcheting one, this is my go-to set just because of the variety and the length. I will say it is kind of weird. I know some other brands have done this as well, but like here you can see like the 23 and 24. The 24 is not as long as the 23, and then like the 20 and 21 I believe are like the same length. And then the 19 is almost the same length. You would think, they would gradually get longer and longer as you go up. Some are the same length, some are for some reason shorter, but they are all still longer than your standard wrench. Just something that I noticed when I first got the set, and it's very noticeable in this picture as well. I believe it starts at a 6mm. See if I can find the sizes for you guys. Yes, so there you can see 6 through 24 without skipping a size, and then you're missing 25 and 26. You still get the 27, you skip 28, 29, you get 30, you skip 31, you got 32. So all the way up to 24mm without skipping. They don't have any like super aggressive anti-slip feature in the head or anything like that. They're just a good quality, affordable, large piece wrench set. Now, once again, I do not recommend buying at the $140. Not that that's a horrible price, but I know for a fact it goes lower than that. And if you see it between the $100 and $125 price range, I think it's a fantastic buy if you're in need of a good variety of wrenches, especially when you get a little bit extra length with it as well. So just one that I wanted to mention. So with the holidays coming up, I did want to mention I may be purchasing this as well. This is the Vera Advent Calendar for 2023, and there are some interesting little tools in this set. This is at $84.48. I did check a few other websites. They're all around this price range. There's one website that had it for like $70, but I had literally never heard of that website. So if I were to purchase it, I would spend the $15 elsewhere just to make sure that I did actually get the set. I don't like buying tools from websites that I've never heard of or don't have any reviews on items. So this is the average price for it. It's obviously not on sale. This does have 4.6 stars at 27 ratings, And let's just take a look at everything included. So here you can see your kind of holiday color combination there. On the bit driver, you do have a good selection of long bits. Then you have your precision screwdriver where you're going to get some bits. And then it comes in this nice little pouch as well. And then here you have an Allen key set with a labeled holder. You can mount it to the wall, or you can use it as a stand. And then you have this little green portion over here. This is actually going to be a magnetizer or demagnetizer. There you can see how you can remove it from the mount, the screw holder. I believe this is just magnetized to the tip, and then this clamps the screw to it. You do get a bottle opener as well with the Christmas colors. There's a little bit closer look at the Allen key organizer, the magnetizer and demagnetizer, and then it does show us like each individual Allen key, which I'm not going to get into. But overall, I think it's a nice little selection for $84, especially if you're into the Vera lineup. You're not going to be able to get, you're not going to be able to just go out and easily find this color handle combination. Most of the time you're going to get the green and black color combination. They do have some pretty cool ones out there. There's some Instagram pages where you can go and see some of the ones that Vera has came out with, kind of their special feature handle color designs, which I wish I had kind of a collection like that. Some of them are very, very cool looking. So if you're kind of into the Vera lineup and you want something a little bit more unique than just their standard release, this is one way to do so. And it's kind of a fun thing, whether you're buying it for yourself or you want to buy it for a friend or a buddy that is into tools as well and may get some use out of these. I think it's a great gift for yourself or others, and the price isn't bad either at $85. Now maybe as we get a little bit closer to the holiday, maybe we'll see it go down in price, but not guaranteed. 4.6 stars at 27 ratings, but definitely one that I wanted to mention before the holiday season. Next up is one from Klein Tools that I haven't seen before. This is their LED rechargeable flashlight. This is 350 lumens. It does have a twist focus. It has a built-in laser pointer and USB charging cable, so it is, like I stated, rechargeable. It has 4.7 stars at 505 ratings and is $35.60, down from a typical price of basically $40. So a little bit of savings there on if you're looking for a quality little pocket flashlight. I believe this is going to be a good one, especially for the $35 price range. Some of the Streamlights and stuff like that, your pocket flashlights, rechargeable ones that are name brand, can get quite expensive. You can find some Amazon, no name brand ones that are rechargeable that you may want to give out a try if you aren't looking at spending $35. But if you're okay with spending, the $30 to $40 price range on a quality, pocket flashlight, I think this is a good option. You definitely get some good features here. Rechargeable by micro USB. It is not USB-C, so this has probably been out a little while. I just haven't seen it. The flashlight power on and off. It does have a class 3A red laser, the twist focus up at the front, and then a strong magnet on the back and a pocket clip. Then it does have a high and low function of 125 lumens to 350 lumens. It's got a 10-foot drop rating and IP54 weather resistant. There you can see the magnet end cap in use. Battery life indicator, there's the little LED light next to the charging port, the laser and the light being used. Okay. There's the LED and the laser from the front end, the magnetic end. So overall, I think it's a good design. It's a good size, good features, and a good price. If you guys have used this light, please let me know your guys' thoughts of it down in the comments. Once again, all of these products are going to be linked down in the description for you guys, along with many other tools that I suggest in the tools and tools continued link. Next up is one that I've went over in the past, but wanted to kind of go over again just because it's been quite a while. If you guys have never used these solder heat shrink butt connectors, they've been a game changer for me. So for here at home, I do a decent amount of rewiring or wiring, especially when I was doing the Camaro build. I did a lot of rewiring in it, and having good solid connections that I didn't have to worry about. I didn't want to, especially with these third gen Camaros, a lot of people, when they've been through a couple owners, These things have been mutilated when it comes to wiring, and I didn't want to have to deal with any of that. So I tore almost all of the wiring out of this thing, rewired it all, reloomed it all, and these things are fantastic. Now, where you can't really use them is like if you're working up in a dash and maybe you ran a new wire that you're connecting to a pre-existing wire and it's up in a tight area by a bunch of other wires, then obviously you can't get up in there and get the solder to melt and heat shrink without, possibly melting other wires or things like that. Where there you may have to either take it all out in order to use something like this, or you may just have to solder it and use heat shrink the good old-fashioned way. But these, when not in a situation like that, can be fantastic. You get a good solid solder with these, you get a good seal with them, and I haven't had any issues. When I first tried it, I was using a lighter, and that was not the answer. I basically had just ended up melting the plastic heat shrink before the solder. But once I started actually using my heat gun the proper way, you get used to it, and they work very, very well. After I melted a couple of the heat shrinks before the solder, I kind of figured it out. So it may or may not take you a couple tries to figure it out, but just start at the solder, kind of evenly work your way around. As long as your wires are mated neatly, the solder will sink right into that on all sides, get a nice, strong, solid bond, and then you kind of work your way out and seal it up with that heat shrink that it's built into. And I'll tell you what, this has 4.4 stars at 170 ratings. I'm not sure if this is the exact set that I went with. It may or may not be. There are tons of different brands on Amazon of this. I wanted to share this one specifically because it's extremely cheap. It's a 140p set, so you still have quite a good variety. If you just want to try them out, you're not going to be out much, but $6. I will show you another set if you're looking for, more, or you think this is going to be something that you would use quite often. They do have much larger size sets as well. But there you can see the heat shrink tube. It's a 2-to-1 ratio on that. Low temperature solder, hot melt adhesive, dual walled design tubing. That's why I'm saying this, it does a very good job of sealing around that wire. There you can kind of see each color size rating. It's funny that in this picture it's showing IP67, and basically all they've done is melt the heat shrink. There you can see that the solder has not even been heated to the point to where it actually soaked into the wiring. Same here. You will physically see the heat shrink or the solder melt into the wire. It shouldn't look like this when you're done. Maybe the heat shrink will, but keep a distance of 1 to 2 centimeters. Do not heat directly. That's definitely what I did the first time, and I just melted this thing clean in half. A heat gun is preferred. I do like how they show keep a distance here, but don't use a lighter. Use a heat gun. Well, which one is it, guys? Which one is it? But yeah, that's it as far as this set. A very cheap, affordable option if you want to give it a try. Or here's kind of a mid-size set. They do have 280-piece sets, 200-piece sets, and they have like 800 and 1,000-piece sets as well. But this one's $20. You get 400 pieces, so quite a bit larger than the first set that we looked at. There you can still see it's got the same design, different sizes here, different color options for different sizes. Once again, you got that same insulation on the heat shrink, so it's going to be that waterproof tight seal. You're still going to have the solder center section, just a different brand. Tons of different brands of the same product available, but I wanted to just throw in a couple that were good prices for good size sets. So whether you want to start off with a small set and see if it's something that you would use, or if you just want to go all out, it's still only $20 and you have plenty to get quite a bit of wiring done. That same heat shrink tube with a 2-to-1 ratio, the solder ring, and the waterproof hot melt adhesive. Here you can actually see that the solder has melted. You can still kind of see an outer ring, but you can physically see the solder has melted into the wiring. And this is definitely more of what mine looked like when I first tried. but it only took a couple tries. It's very easy to get. Don't be afraid to use them. They are very, very easy. It's just, sometimes I can be a little slow. But yeah, definitely one of the best things that I ever purchased as far as wiring, and it has helped me tremendously in saving time, making sure I get good solid connections, and they've worked very well for me. This one has 4.7 stars at 554 ratings, and that's it as far as this week's Amazon tool deals. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Once again, all of these items will be linked down in the description for you guys, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.